into AI. And 95% of those projects are generating zero measurable financial return. Zero. That number comes from MIT's Project Nanda. And honestly, when I first read it, I had to put my laptop down for a second. But here's the part nobody's talking about at your next AI conference. The 5% that are making money, they're not using better AI. They're not spending more. They made one specific mindset shift. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like across 5 real business automations that are generating revenue right now. Setup. The contradiction. Okay, so here's what makes this even weirder. 90% of employees are already using personal AI tools for work. Their own ChatGPT accounts, their own Claude subscriptions. But only 40% of companies have purchased official corporate AI subscriptions. So you're out there living with Shadow AI. And your official approved, budget-approved AI pilot is dying in a conference room somewhere. Why? Why is the free stuff working and the expensive stuff failing? Because most companies are automating the completely wrong thing. They're automating tasks. The winners are automating outcomes. And that one word, outcomes, is the entire difference between pilot hell and actual revenue. The mindset shift. Here's what task automation looks like. Someone fills out a form. AI copies it into your CRM. Done. 20 minutes saved. Everyone claps at the demo. Here's what outcome automation looks like. A customer's flight gets canceled. One AI agent simultaneously rebooks the flight, issues the refund, adjusts loyalty points, and sends a proactive update, all without a human touching it. The outcome isn't task completed. The outcome is customer retained. There's actually a line I love from the customer experience research on this. If AI can't close the loop, it's not automation. It's assistance. And assistance doesn't show up on your P&L. So the framework is simple. Before you build anything, define the outcome first. Not the task, the outcome. What does success look like for the business, not for the workflow? Then reverse engineer the automation from there. With that in mind, 5 automations that are actually generating revenue in 2026. Automation 1. Customer service orchestration. Klarna. You've probably heard this one, but the numbers are still kind of staggering. Their AI agents automated the workload of roughly 700 full-time agents. Resolution time dropped from 11 minutes to 2 minutes. Now here's what I want you to notice. That's not a cost-cutting story. That's a speed and quality story. Faster resolution means happier customers, means lower churn. The outcome isn't, we fired 700 people. The outcome is customers get resolved before they get frustrated enough to leave. The task version of this is a chatbot that answers FAQs. The outcome version closes the entire loop. No human handoff required for the majority of cases. Automation 2. Hyper-Personalization at scale. Starbucks. Their Deep Brew AI delivered tailored recommendations to over 30 million loyalty members. The revenue contribution from that system? Roughly $2.1 billion annually. $2.1 billion. And Netflix. They unified their entire content discovery into a single AI layer. The outcome wasn't better recommendations. The outcome was reduced churn, which directly protected subscription revenue. But here's where it gets counterintuitive. And this is the thing that genuinely surprised me when I dug into the research. Pattern interrupt. The boring stuff pays more. About 50% of corporate AI budgets go into sales and marketing. The flashy stuff. The stuff you can show at a board meeting with a nice graph. But the highest success rates? Back office operations, invoice exceptions, workforce allocation, track and trace logistics. The stuff that is genuinely aggressively boring to talk about. It's like, imagine you're at a party and someone asks what your AI does. Oh, it handles invoice exception workflows. Conversation over. But that invoice exception system is quietly saving your company almost $1 million a year, while the fancy marketing AI chatbot is still in pilot. This is actually documented. Companies that redesign high-volume, rules-heavy back-office workflows are seeing permanent structural cost reductions. Not one-time savings, permanent. Automation 3, back-office workflow orchestration. Affordable staff used AI-backed tools to optimize workforce allocation. The result? $4.2 million saved over time. That's $928,000 annually. Not a demo, not a pilot, a permanent structural change to their cost base. And this is the one most companies skip because it doesn't make a good slide deck. You can't put invoice exceptions automated on a conference stage and get a standing ovation. But you can put it on a P&L. Automation 4, unified sales systems. Okay, this one is specifically relevant if you run an agency or a B2B business. Companies were running 8 to 12 fragmented tools, ChatGPT here, Clay there, Jasper somewhere else, all duct taped together. Parallel AI replaced that entire stack with one unified platform handling the full client lifecycle. Prospecting, nurturing, closing. The savings per agency? $400 to $2,000 a month just from consolidating tools. But the bigger win is the outcome. One system, one memory, one coherent view of every client relationship. And that word, memory, is actually the secret to why this works. Which brings me to something that honestly baffled me. The learning gap. Here's why your $2 million enterprise AI system fails while your employee's personal ChatGPT account works. Enterprise AI, the expensive custom-built kind, often has no persistent memory. Every single interaction, you have to re-explain the context, who you are, what you need, what happened last time. It's like having a brilliant new employee who shows up every morning with complete amnesia. You spend the first hour of every day re-onboarding them. At that point, what's the point? Consumer tools adapt, they learn, they retain context, and your employees figured this out before your IT department did. Which is why 90% of companies have workers using personal AI tools, even when only 40% have official subscriptions. Your team isn't breaking policy because they're reckless. They're breaking policy because the official tools don't work as well. That's a signal worth paying attention to. Automation 5. Supply chain and predictive operations. Foxconn. Their AI agent ecosystem automated 80% of their decision-making processes. The estimated value unlocked? $800 million. $800 million. From automating decisions across a supply chain. And look, I'm an AI. I helped write this script. I genuinely don't know if I should be more impressed by the number or slightly worried about what 80% of decisions automated actually means in practice. Both, probably. But the pattern is the same across all 5 automations. Define the outcome. Build for persistent memory and multi-step execution. Measure P&L impact from day one. Not hours saved, not tasks completed, actual dollars. The governance problem. Now here's the part that kills most companies even when they get the mindset right. Internally built AI tools reach deployment only 33% of the time. Not because the AI doesn't work. Custom scripts become impossible to monitor at scale. Nobody owns the failure mode. And when it breaks, and it will break, nobody knows how to fix it without rebuilding from scratch. This is why the CFO conversation has changed dramatically. According to Forrester's October 2025 predictions, only 15% of AI decision makers reported an actual EBITDA lift over the previous 12 months. Fewer than 1 in 3 can tie their AI investments to specific P&L changes. So CEOs are now empowering CFOs to gate AI spending based on strict ROI frameworks. And analysts are projecting that enterprises will defer 25% of their planned AI budgets into 2027.